It's a great leap from Sid Vicious to Winston Churchill, and a greater leap still from Dracula to Darkest Hour. Gary Oldman, the maverick character actor, has accepted perhaps his biggest challenge. For even a veteran chameleon, playing a heroic real-life titan of 20th century history is a leap. When he can disappear behind just glasses, 2011's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, or a mustache, 1989's The Firm, what feats of transformation can he accomplish with the help of prosthetics and a heap of makeup? In Darkest Hour, we see a metamorphosis that has made Oldman an early Best Actor Oscar favorite. Of the role, the actor says, "It's sort of like my Lear, and I don't rule that out. There are some parts still left in the OL boy." An Academy Awards nomination for the new film would be only the second for Oldman, 59, who was nominated for Tinker Tailor. His shape-shifting career and preference for privacy have sometimes kept him out of the spotlight, even while his explosive ferocity, Leon, the Professional, State of Grace, True Romance, made him a thespian idol. In Darkest Hour, director Joe Wright, Atonement, Pride and Prejudice, depicts Churchill as himself an actor playing a part. Wearing a Homburg and smoking a cigar, he is trying to rally 1940 Britain to renounce pacifism in the face of Adolf Hitler. An unpopular figure when he became Prime Minister, Churchill is captured in private self-doubt and public grandeur, as he prods Parliament with speeches that have become famous, such as the one warning that, without taking action, Britain would sink into the abyss of a new dark age made more sinister. Our film is about oratory and how words can galvanize the people and move them and rally them, says Oldman, even simple, direct Anglo-Saxon words. "I felt it was refreshing because we've now got to a world where we communicate with emojis. If Churchill saw an emoji, I think he'd turn in his bloody grave." Darkest Hour spans just 28 days, when Churchill is thrust into power and Germany is invading France. That Churchill has been so frequently played by actors including Richard Burton, Albert Finney, Brian Cox and John Lithgow gave Oldman pause, since they have contaminated, his word, our impressions of the man. "I danced around it for a long time. I think I was afraid, to be honest with you," says Oldman. "But at the end of the day I couldn't give up saying those words. And what's the worst that can happen? You stink. They're not going to come arrest you or shoot you. I thought jump off the cliff, and see what happens." Wright says it took 5 months to carefully calibrate Oldman's makeup and prosthetics. "Too much, and you would lose Gary," he says. Still, Oldman is only just visible underneath. "The greatest actors I've ever worked with have extraordinarily powerful imaginations," says Wright. That imagination Gary is able to project with this strength of will out of himself. The hours of makeup meant Oldman often arrived on set at 3 a.m. His average day, he estimates, was 19 hours long. By the time the rest of the cast and crew arrived, Oldman was already in character.